Well, let me return and say something that I said in my talk in a slightly different way. It is impossible to understate, and I hope the translators get that correctly, it's impossible to understate how much conflict is going to be created by AI. There is going to be so much conflict in society because you can't rewire all of society and not have conflict. And that's what AI is going to do. And when you have conflict, the natural inclination is to protect ourselves. I have to think about my job, my life, my house. Just like the message I just said to parents, everyone in here will agree with what I just said. But yet you will go home and still think, yes, but my child, other people should do that, but my child or my grandchild, I still want them to have that job that I've always wanted them to have. So there's always a way in which human beings will always think about themselves and their own lives and their livelihoods. That's part of every society. It is part of life in Korea. But here, strangers matter more. And I talk about this a lot. You have to understand, there's not a single place where I go in Seoul that I feel unsafe. And I travel around the world, and there are very few places where I can say that in a big city. There's a way in which you live among yourselves. You have expectations of each other that allows you to live together. And that is a competitive advantage because what it means is you are born drinking water that says, other Koreans matter to my life. When I get on the subway, I expect other Koreans to be kind, to not talk on their phones, to not speak loudly, to not eat food, to not do things that will disrupt my life. And so I will do the same for them. In some ways, in my culture, that's absolutely not the case at all. And in some ways that I've traveled around the world, but you have that expectation. And that's an advantage because it means when AI starts rewiring life, and people who you don't know are having their lives being radically disrupted, you are much more likely to say, we as a nation have to do something about that. That's not acceptable. That's not okay. In the same way that you accept the fact that you have 2,500 homeless people in Seoul. If you had the homeless problem that we have in Los Angeles, let's say, if you treated the homeless here in Seoul the way we treat homeless people in Los Angeles, you would have 110,000 homeless people in Seoul. That means coming into this building, every single one of us in this room would have encountered homeless people on our way here. But that's not acceptable to you. So you don't have that. Because that's not how we should treat other Koreans. And that's an advantage.
Thank you. 자, 그러면